From transit to tourism travel, tomorrow's City Council meeting could mean some changes for the city.
Keenan Penn joins us in the studio with a preview on tomorrow's agenda. Keenan?
Tomorrow, the Wichita City Council will vote on the Tourism Business Improvement District's 2027 plan and budget. Now, the district helps fund tourism promotion and event marketing aimed at bringing in visitors and boosting spending at hotels, restaurants, and venues. Now, we're watching for where that money will go next year and what leaders say the return is for local businesses. Now, changes are coming to the city of Wichita's transit service. The council is expected to vote on a 2026 transit network design that could affect bus routes, schedules, and how often they run. Now, it comes after a 2-year period of public discussion, and some of those proposed changes could include east to west route in South Wichita and transferring service to the new transit hub in Delano. Now, if approved, the new routes would be implemented by this summer. Plus, the city wants to streamline your commute on the 21st Street in West Wichita. Now, the City Council would consider entering an agreement with KDOT for an intelligent transportation system corridor. Now, this is between 119th Street west of North Downtown Wichita. Now, the project could include smarter traffic signals and other upgrades designed to cut congestion and improve safety. We'll be tracking the timeline and any impacts for drivers along that route, and tomorrow's City Council meeting will take place at 9 a.m.